friends, welcome to another video. I think it's been over a month since I posted a YouTube video, but that is why I have great friends like Kendall who are like, let's record a Q&A, and I'm like, okay, I probably should record a YouTube video. But more to come. I have a lot to update you guys on, so I will be posting a vlog soon. But today we're going to do the best Q&A ever. So Kendall and I both posted a picture, or she posted a video, I posted a picture on Instagram, and we just asked you guys to ask us questions, and we got a ton. So we just finished answering a bunch on Kendall's channel, so go check her out if you want to see those. And then we're just gonna continue scrolling through until we get to the top and just answer the ones that we think will be fun. Okay, so what's your advice for someone who wants to compete but has suffered with an eating disorder? I'm mainly concerned with hormonal issues and want to focus on my health, but I still have the urge to compete.
Oh my gosh, this is such an easy question.
I know, and I'm like, I haven't answered this too, but you go and then I'll go.
Yeah, so definitely 110% get your health back in check, and not just like, okay, it's back in check, time to compete. Like, that's just going to do a lot of metabolic damage again. Like, it's possible that your hormones will just not be fully recovered for like such a good amount of time, to the point where you should go back and compete. Like, I was recovered for over, I think, a year and a half, and it was I still competed prematurely, and I don't regret it, but I wish I would have waited another year. So just like, I would 100% make sure hormones are restored, that you're menstruating, pretty much just
that
like
mentally you're in a good spot?
Mentally, that's the biggest thing. Like, mentally you have to be in the best position ever if you want to compete, but I would honestly push it off as far as you could, honestly.
And this is like my hard-ass Lexi answer. Like, think about why you want to compete. The stage will always be there.
Yeah.
And I think if you are someone who will go far, like wants to go far in competing, you have to be able to look at that long-term picture, and you'll be someone who's like, I want to compete when I'm going to do freaking awesome. And to do freaking awesome, you have to have a lot of muscle mass, which it takes a while if you've been underweight, struggling from an eating disorder. You want to make sure that mentally you're in a good position, so you are okay in prep and post-show, because there's a lot of people who've never had an eating disorder who get messed up in the head because they compete. You want to make sure that your hormones and stuff are in check, and I just really think that there's zero downside to waiting. Like the NPC is going nowhere, so
there are only pros to waiting.
So, like, I just think that just be honest with yourself about why you want to do it, and if it's a matter of, like, oh, I just want to get lean again, like, that's a sign in itself that you shouldn't be prepping in the first place. So, that's my stance on it. There's a lot that are just, like, eating disorder related. Advice for making friendships through social media.
Oh, yes. I don't have any friends who aren't from social media.
Like, same. My roommates I met through social media. Kendall I met through social media. Nick I met through social media.
Yeah. Like, I met my boyfriend through social media, my coach, all of my friends. Like, I don't really talk to, like, anybody who I went to high school with anymore.
Well, I think it's hard, too, just in what we do.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, when I was in college, I had friends who didn't do fitness, or I didn't meet through social media, or like when I had my like 8 to 5 job, I did. But like right now, it's like I would have no friends if I didn't have social media.
Like, I love that I can like come over and like not have to like bring my food scale. Like, I just used Lexi's food scale, and like she didn't look at me weird for like heating up like food or anything like that. Like, it's hard when like you live a like specific lifestyle that's like pretty regimental, and like people don't understand it, like even my parents and stuff. But if you want to make friends through social media, like, take the initiative. Like, if you're like, oh my god, that girl looks like she is my spirit animal, like, yes, sister, then like DM them, like, reach out to them. Like,
that's what I would say, is just like comment on people's stuff. Like, I mean, I know Kendall and I both have like Facebook communities that I'll link them both in the description box, that like you can join and meet bomb ass people who are like super similar to you. There's so many ways, but even like just consistently commenting on someone's pictures or shooting them a DM, like, I mean, that's how
you already like feel like you're best friends with them, and then if you go to like an event with them together, then you're like, okay, I already know you, like, you're my best friend, like, it's fine.
Okay. How do you cope with, I'm just gonna answer one of them because they're all eating disorder related. How do you cope with fat gain that comes during a bulk, and keep loving your body?
Oh my god, there's so many things that are beneficial for when you gain fat, and I'm not just talking like obviously, like, so many people are focused on the way that they look. Like, I don't think I ab checked once during my bulk. not gonna lie, like I didn't have them. I knew they weren't gonna be there. Like hormonally, I was like so much better. Like I literally like felt so comfortable in my relationship. Like there's just way too many things. Like I don't even know how to explain it. Like I love food. Like I have such a passion.
I love food.
I have such a passion for food. Like I'm such a foodie that like at some point, like my physique, I was like, okay, like I know it's gonna be built up, and I just kept thinking long term, like, oh my god, I'm gonna have so much more muscle on me when I compete next year. I'm gonna look so much better when I cut in the far future. But right now, like, your girl's trying to eat, so.
Yeah, and what I would say is obviously, like, I'm at the height of my bulk. I literally weigh like 10 pounds more than I ever have in my life, and like I was just telling Kendall, I was like, I literally feel no different about my body than I did when I was like, and the depths of my cut. Like, I think there's a few things. One, I'm really busy, and like there's so many things in my life that I love and I'm passionate about, and so I just don't really think about it, to be quite honest. But I think really just like focusing on like life, you know, like,
just, like enjoy the
there's so much more out there than like what you look like. And this sounds, I feel like I'm just like being like the asshole in this video, but like no one cares.
Yeah.
No one fucking cares.
Nobody cares
what you look like. Like, I guarantee you, like, the people who have commented on, like, the fact I've gained a lot of weight are
people that are so irrelevant to your life.
And it's, like, not in, like, a bad way. They're just, like,
true.
They're like, oh, you look good. Because at the depths of a cut in this fitness world, you don't look good to most people. You look like a skeleton.
No, it's so true.
But, like, most people, like, we make out, like, oh, like, gaining 10 pounds is, like, gonna look so bad, and then you get there and you're like, I literally just look like like no one else would notice.
Like I literally gained 30 pounds. I think it was like 27 pounds in my off season, and like I didn't even like realize. I was just like, okay. I like felt so comfortable in my body.
Yeah, there's just so much else out there, and like I don't know, I think it takes practice, but just like
honestly, I'm like more body conscious in a cut, so like I feel better when I'm bulked.
Because cutting, it's like I don't know, it's a whole different ball game. Do you think you'll ever move out of California?
Okay, this is such a good question. I actually talked to Chris about this and my parents. I think that California is like definitely something for like my early 20s and my late 20s, but I feel like if I'm ever like ready to like really establish myself, I feel like I would move somewhere that's different. I don't know, more affordable too. Like California's obviously expensive, but I feel like, I mean, in San Diego it's different because life's a little bit slower, but it's a lot more quick pace. But yeah, I don't think like long term I see myself here for the rest of my life as much as I love it here.
No, and I would say the same thing. I don't have a boyfriend that I talked about it to, but I love California for now. I think once I wanted to like settle down and have a family, which I do, I don't see myself doing that out here, and I think a lot of it's because I grew up in the Midwest and like similar, like you were more East Coast, but like similar, and I was like, I had like a big yard, I had like a very suburban neighborhood, whatever, and here it's like that's not a thing. And I can see if you like grew up here your whole life being like wanting to stay, but I think that's kind of how I imagine having a family. I don't imagine having it like somewhere where everything's like very like I don't know. But for now, it's perfect. I don't plan on moving anytime soon. So, I don't know. First impression of each other.
I don't know.
I'll go. I remember, so, like, I followed Kendall. I remember, like, we kind of, like, watched each other's YouTube videos and, like, followed each other on Instagram for a little bit before the Arnold.
Yeah.
Like, when...
It was super temporary. It was, like, maybe, like, 2 or 3 months.
Yeah. But then, was how we met on your channel? Yeah, it was, I think. Yeah, it was on your channel. So if you want to find out how we met, go to her channel.
Yeah.
But the first time I saw you, I was just, this is like nothing to do with like who you are as a person, but I was just like, she's so tiny.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't know, when you see everyone on social media, like I always thought everyone was just like normal height, and dude, everyone in the fitness industry is freaking like 5 feet tall, and that was like, I don't know why I expected Kendall to be like 5'5", 5'6", and then I was like, and she was like in prep, and I was like, oh my god, she's so tiny.
I was like 105 pounds, like probably the lightest I'd been in like forever. I was like so small.
Yeah.
I think like the first thing I saw, like obviously when through social media, was I kind of just I watched your videos before I even watched, like looked at your YouTube, like your Instagram more than anything, and I was like, holy crap, this girl is literally just like me. Because I would literally say, hello friends, like everything. And then when I met her in person, we were like so energetic towards each other.
Yeah.
Like the first thing we did was like jump on each other, and I like didn't even know her that well, so.
No, I literally felt like I knew Kendall the second I met her. Biggest fear. We'll do a couple more after this.
Failure, always. I always feel like that's the first thing that always comes to my mind. Failure.
Yep.
In like all aspects of life, no matter what it is. Like I'm just such a shitbag when it comes to failing at things.
Well, I honestly, I feel like I would love to hear someone who that wasn't at least one of their biggest fears, but I think, 100%, and I think as like an entrepreneur, like I tell everyone this, I'm like you wake up, and I'm sure you do every day, and you're like, literally like all my clients could be like, bye, or like with like my whole like fitness thing, like I could put in all this work and like step on stage and like last call out, last place, like, and it like there's so many other areas of life, but anything I do, it's like my mind goes to like, well, what if I fail? And that's something I have to work on, honestly.
Yeah, and I think that's like one thing like we talked about in my video about like being kind of frugal and like having trouble spending money. For me, that's like definitely comes out of like fear of like not getting back or not getting anything in return, or it not benefiting me or someone else. Like that's definitely like one of my biggest issues for sure.
100%. How do you deal with bloating?
Okay, so this was something I dealt with so much in my improvement season, and it was because I was eating like a shithead. So like you really have to think more about how you feel and what certain foods make you feel like. So one, that could be a prevention of bloating, but you know, obviously we still have it anyway for girls, time of month, you know, just eating something that doesn't agree with you. For me, a lot of the times, like I will drink my water, I will just not think about my body and try and find some kind of distraction, because like if I have a bad body image day for sometimes that will kind of that will determine the mood that I'm in. So like if I'm bloated, like I really just try and like get out of the house, even if it means like take a walk, clear my mind, just not think about my body. Just like when I was kind of like in the peak of my bulk and I was like not really body checking and stuff, like I'll do the same thing when I bloat.
Yeah, and I would say first of all, like I have a lot of people who will say they're like feeling bloated at the end of the night. And so first thing is to like double check if it's like, is your body full of food or is it legitimate bloating? The other thing that I do, obviously, like just standard things would be taking a probiotic, apple cider vinegar, just like feel bloated, put on comfy clothes, put on a baggy shirt, distract yourself a bit, drink a ton of water, and I'll like, if I feel super bloated one day, like it really doesn't bother me mentally because I'm bloated, right? Like it's not forever, but just like eating things that digest a lot faster. Like if I feel bloated, I'm not gonna eat something that like I feel like sits in my stomach. Like I'll eat like lower fiber and like whatever, just because it genuinely helps a lot to just like eat things that digest quickly.
And another thing is, if you're always bloated, like check your fiber intake, because if you're eating like 60 grams of fiber a day and like you're having problems pooping, like that's probably why. So.
Yep. That I'm sure with your clients you get that a lot too.
All the time. Oh my god, I love volume eating. I'm like, but your fiber intake.
Yeah, but stop.
Yeah.
Good. There's a lot more good ones, but we're just gonna answer a couple more. Okay, last one. Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
How old am I? I'll be 29.
Oh, that's still young. I'll be 33.
Freaking partying, yo. No, just kidding. I don't even party now. Oh my god.
You're not even 21.
I know, I can't even drink. Oh, well.
Little baby.
Where do I see myself in 10 years from now? I definitely, like, want to have expanded. It's different, because, like, in terms of life and career, like, I don't want children. And, like, I just feel like that so passionately. Like, I do not want children ever.
Say that louder, please.
I don't want a dog. Like, marriage, maybe, but, like, I don't want children. So, like, I definitely want to spend, like, my late 20s, like, traveling and, like, having a really, like, successful business and be, like, very, like, I really want to, like, promote women in business and be very entrepreneurial. So, like, hopefully building, like, an empire on my way to doing that. But definitely not with family, so. That's where I see myself.
That's a good answer.
Yeah,
I respect that.
Honesty.
I would say I'll be 33, and like my honest answer is like I have no freaking idea, because I feel like if you asked me like even 2 years ago what I'd be doing in 2 years, it would not be this. So I'm like, who freaking knows what's gonna happen? But I do know that obviously I really want to expand my business and like know I've like impacted a lot of people. Who knows if I'll still be like coaching or like what else I'll be doing, but that's like business wise. I'm still not sure if I want to have kids. I have days where I'm like, I'd be such a good mom, and I have days where I'm like, oh my god, this dog gives me an anxiety, like how can I even handle a kid? So I have no idea, but I would love to be married in 10 years at this rate, who knows?
Yeah. Oh my god, stop.
But yeah, I genuinely don't know, except I know that I definitely want to just feel a lot more like solidified in whatever I'm doing. Right now I feel like I love my life because I'm in my 20s and it's like super exciting and forever changing and whatever. Like literally in this past year so much has changed, but I hope that by the time I'm 33 things aren't changing as much as they are right now.
A little bit settled down.
A little bit settled down, that'd be nice.
Some security.
But like that's about as far as I've gotten, you know?
Yeah.
So, who knows? Maybe I'll still be posting selfies on Instagram. Maybe I will be CEO of a major corporation. Just kidding, that would be awful, but like, who knows? Who knows? That's my point.
Insta mom.
Oh god. So that is going to conclude the Q&A. Thank you so much for watching. As always, comment, share, like, subscribe. I'll put Kendall's channel in the description box. Go watch the first half of this Q&A on her channel. And I will see you guys very soon in the next one, I promise. I'm not going to MA again. Okay, bye.
Bye.